The air crackled with anticipation. Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, paced before a troupe of actors. His eyes blazed with a fierce intelligence. He spoke in hushed, urgent tones, his words sharp as daggers. He was directing them in a play within a play, a performance fraught with deadly purpose. The actors listened intently, their faces reflecting the gravity of their roles. They were but players, yet they were pawns in a game of life and death. Hamlet's instructions were precise, each gesture, each inflection meticulously choreographed. He was crafting a trap, a snare of words and actions designed to ensnare the conscience of a king. The play, he commanded, must hold a mirror up to the dark deeds that haunted Elsinore. It must expose the truth that festered beneath the surface of courtly life. The actors nodded, their eyes wide with understanding. They were ready to play their parts. The chosen play, The Murder of Gonzago, mirrored the very crime that gnawed at Hamlet's soul, the murder of his father by his own brother Claudius. It was a dangerous game Hamlet played, a gamble with his own life as the stake. Yet he was determined to see it through. His grief, his rage, his thirst for revenge fueled his every action. Amidst the bustling preparations, Hamlet drew his trusted friend Horatio aside.
Hamlet, what is this play to us? Why such secrecy?
Horatio, a scholar of unwavering loyalty, listened with growing apprehension as Hamlet unveiled his plan.
You mean to catch the conscience of the king?
The play, Hamlet explained, was no mere entertainment. It was a trap, baited with the poison of guilt, set to ensnare the king.
But is this not dangerous? Could it not bring ruin upon you?
Hamlet, however, was resolute. He needed proof, irrefutable evidence of Claudius's guilt. Only then could he act with righteous anger, avenging his father's murder.
Then I shall watch him as you say.
Horatio, convinced by the depth of his friend's anguish, agreed to watch Claudius closely during the performance. He would be a silent witness, his keen eyes searching for any flicker of guilt, any telltale sign of the king's dark secret. The weight of the task settled upon Horatio's shoulders. He understood the gravity of the situation, the danger that hung heavy in the air. He knew that the play was a dangerous gamble, one that could have dire consequences for all involved. Yet he would stand by his friend, his loyalty unwavering in the face of uncertainty. The court assembled, their anticipation palpable as the actors took their places. King Claudius, a figure of regal bearing, seemed at ease, his queen Gertrude by his side.
Let us enjoy the play. What harm could a simple performance do?
The play began, its words weaving a tale of treachery and murder. As the actors performed, Hamlet kept a watchful eye on his uncle, his gaze intense, searching. The tension in the room thickened with each passing scene. The play within the play mirrored the real-life drama that unfolded behind the masks of courtly decorum. Claudius, seemingly oblivious to the pointed parallels, watched with detached amusement.
My lord, you seem troubled. Does the play displease you?
No, merely deep in thought, my dear.
Yet, as the play reached its climax, a change came over the king. The scene depicted the murder of a king, poisoned in his own garden, the very manner of Hamlet's father's death. At that moment, Claudius rose abruptly, his face contorted in a mask of horror. He cried out, his voice cracking with barely suppressed panic. The court was stunned into silence, their eyes fixed on their king, their gazes a mixture of confusion and fear. Hamlet's heart pounded in his chest. He watched Claudius's reaction with a mixture of triumph and icy satisfaction. The trap had been sprung, and the prey had fallen right into it. The king's composure crumbled, revealing the guilt that festered beneath his regal facade. The court buzzed with whispers, their hushed voices reflecting their shock and unease.
It is as you said, Hamlet. He could not bear to see his guilt played out before him.
Horatio, ever observant, caught Hamlet's eye and gave a subtle nod. He too had witnessed the king's unguarded reaction, confirming their suspicions. Claudius, struggling to regain his composure, called for lights and abruptly left the performance, his sudden exit leaving behind an atmosphere thick with tension and unspoken accusations. In the aftermath of the play, the court erupted in a flurry of speculation and whispered rumors. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, courtiers caught between loyalty to their king and their friendship with Hamlet, looked on with a mixture of confusion and apprehension. Polonius, ever the meddlesome fool, seemed oblivious to the undercurrents of tension swirling around him.